Pimps and Players.
Okay.
It's Joe here, the new host of this podcast. Fuck these guys. Who wants these guys? Who wants to be my co-host? Email in. I'm their manager.
Email in at joeistheboy@gmail.com.
I can't believe it took you two this long to get your own manager
This
on
us
the podcast. What's
us.
wrong with you two?
Dude, I
You
don't
go
know
off
what came over me, to
fun
be
with
honest
your
with you.
internet friends, and you leave
Well,
your
you
manager
see-
out.
Joseph.
You see, this is just, there's a couple
my
of things
name,
that we need to get through,
Just to
right?
clarify.
Listen. No, Mr. Manager, right? we had Mr. Netflix on the phone the other day, right?
Yeah.
We're busy people. We're getting the Captain Woke thing going down. Listen, and you should be solving this stuff, but you're
You
Yeah,
not.
had him on the phone. Did
Yeah,
you?
well, like, we can't get you on because you're meant to be busy signing
Yeah.
contracts, making deals, managing, but no. What are you gonna tell?
Got Crayola. It made business transactions rather difficult because you two refuse to do anything digitally. What's with the weird fucking Treasure Planet lunch boxes that we carry money around? Have you got PayPal? PayPal. What's this Treasure Planet? No, it's a great film.
Right. Yeah, but,
Listen,
but
I refuse to trust the banking system of America. I will not put our money in the banking system of America. It's either in the tiny little lock boxes that we put in the couches.
Treasure Planet or bust.
because think about it, if someone sees a Treasure Planet lunchbox, they're gonna be like, we can't go in there. That is an antique that can't be touched. Because if that gets a blemish, the world goes into chaos. So people will see it and be like, oh, I can't touch that. In reality, the boy fund is in there.
In fact, they
It
will
may
dump
just-
out
it may
the
just
money
be about
and
20p.
take the box.
But it's in there.
I'm not sure this is going to catch on. We are
What?
in the red, just so you know.
We're not in the red.
We've had no exchanges. We can't exchange money.
What?
I know you think that when you leave these boxes in the park, people are going to come up and your informants or whatever are going to pick it up and take it away. No, the fucking homeless guy keeps taking the boxes.
No, that's the informant.
That's not the informant.
That's our business partner, who you
Yeah,
are now
exactly.
insulting.
Dude, that's Mr.
Listen, he
Patreon.
looks a
How
bit
could you not
rugged
know him?
since the quarantine, but he's not homeless, all right? He's just growing his hair out.
Yeah, have you seen me at the minute, Joe? Am I a homeless man? Are you coming personally attacking me?
You're my homeless man.
Oh, dude.
I can't believe that fucking
God.
worked. Can we
Dude,
talk
the-
about
like-
Treasure Planet?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Joe to the podcast.
Oh, well, that was the intro.
He's meant to be. He was meant to be on years ago, but
I was meant to be the first guest.
you were meant to
We-
be many
he
guests.
suddenly
There was
became our manager.
talks of me coming
and then-
on as this was being conceived, as it were.
Well, you were originally going to be a host.
Yeah, you were going to be one of the 4 people, but then 2 people magically disappeared. I wonder where
And you
they
just said,
went.
"Oh, I'll be a guest every now and then."
How long
And
ago was
35 episodes later,
this? Yeah, well, save the
that was
best to
literally a
last.
year and a half ago now,
This
like.
podcast ends now.
you know, this is the last episode of the podcast. This is the end of the Boicast. It's
I
the
didn't
end
want
of
to
Boys on
steal your
Internet.
thunder, but that's what happens when you get me on.
Your RNG takes effect.
it's got YouTube's going down after this. I hope you know.
Something's gonna happen that we're gonna hit this massive controversy just because you've come on one episode and we're gonna get cancelled.
It's just me. Was Blair always a little bit racist? Just a
Dude,
tiny bit
all
every
the time.
podcast, but it's adding up, man. I can't take it anymore.
Dude, I just listen, man. It's not anything bad. I just every now and then it's just a bit of casual racism, you know. I gotta get my
I thought you were going to
10% Indian blood.
transition into some casual racism. There, I was like, you be careful. This is what we were just warned of.
and someone finds a leaked video of me kicking a dog online, and then we just both be classed as the racist dog kickers, and then that's it.
But to be honest, though, if we were gonna be
That's
taken
the
down,
title of
what
this
would
episode.
Racist
if we
dog
were gonna
kickers.
be like, if we were gonna be taken down, do you think we all would be taken down for? Joe would rob a bank because we are in deeply in the red right now, and we do need some
Well,
sort of.
that kind of Joe, what's the name? Like, I don't know if you want to drop your last name on here, but what's the? I was gonna say what?
It's Banks. It's Banks.
What were you gonna name your first child?
Oh, Robin, obviously. It's gender neutral, that's why.
It's Robin Banks. See, it's in his nature. Robin Banks.
The middle name's going to be Phat with a PH. Just so there's no
Phat
escape.
Banks.
They can't like adopt their middle name as their first name because they don't like it as a whole. You're either Robin Banks or Phat Banks. Those are your only two options.
Because Joe, then what you could say is while you're trying to conceive, it's like I'm just trying to make Phat Banks.
Bro, hold up. You been doing?
The extended universe is like getting like completely filled out with content right now.
So what would we all be taken down for? What would be our moment?
Scott would kick a racist dog.
Yeah, I'd be a hero.
Would you kick a dog even if it was a bit racist?
Probably not. Dogs are too
don't-
fucking cool.
No
I'd probably
way.
get done for shitting in public.
Wait, what?
No,
Wait.
yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It does? Explain?
I'm a poopy boy.
You
When I
just-
gotta go.
He's a poopy boy. All fucking every other day, it's oh until then. Oh, 1 sec, lads. That's all.
No, but I could just picture like I'm stuck somewhere outside, not a bathroom in sight, and I can only take so much.
You just squat down next to a bench.
And it turns out that someone's got a camera and they're like, is that the Scottscy from Boys on Internet? And I wave.
You smile, little grin, little wave as the flash goes off.
I pull out the toilet roll from my bag. Ready for this moment.
Wish them a good day.
Is this actually, to be honest, is this when we get famous or is this when we get taken down, dude? I'm still trying
this
to
is
think
like,
about the whole
it's our
situation.
downfall after we've made it.
I
You
think
know.
I know how Blair's going down.
What do you mean? What?
I think
What
he's
did I
going to
do?
go to Tato Land and pour petrol over everything like a nightstand.
Okay.
Which is still, it's a fucking disgrace, Blair. I'm never going to let that go.
It's about sending a message, Joe.
And don't use my line on me. An Irishman who doesn't like potatoes. It's fucking
But
bizarre.
dude, they are sin. They are sin. You can't enjoy those starchy pieces of shit, right? They come from the
I
ground. They
absolutely
caused
can.
the famine. They caused the famine, and you're gonna let them get away
Hey,
with that shit?
No, they didn't cause the famine. The Irish having only one potato, or type of potato rather, caused the famine. You gotta.
No.
There's more potatoes, Blair. Just
No, it was a
accessorize.
devil. It was a devil plight, right? Excuse me. It was one potato who just went a little bit too far, right? And he caused a potato avalanche of death.
Hello there, and welcome to the Irish Politics Podcast. Today
Today we'll be talking about the famine.
the potato famine.
Listen, right?
It's,
listen.
it's 1830. I can't remember when the famine was.
It's a long, long time ago
It's
in a galaxy far, far away.
Redacted. Many all moons ago.
Many a moon ago, when there was only one potato in the entire land. The land of Ireland.
Dude, I kind of just imagining now. There's just a giant potato in the middle of Ireland that everyone just takes a little nibble out of.
The
every now-
mother.
The mother potato.
You must come for the mothership.
Oh please, oh great starchy one,
Great start.
give us your sustenance. You have to go up with a spud gun and just like, but it has to be like a fucking house-sized spud gun that you go like, boom, boom. It pulls out this giant chunk.
And of course, that's got to feed the 70 cousins and
children.
sisters and brothers, dude. Come on.
We'll be
Classic
having
Irish
shifts for
family.
weeks.
Oh, man.
I was going to say 1836. I wasn't far off.
What's the
what was
actual date?
It was 1845 to 49.
That's not too bad. I know. When you think about it, that's only like 200 years ago, to be honest with you.
I was 10 then.
You were there during the famine?
Oh yeah.
Dude, what was it like?
Who do you think caused it? It was horrific. Many young, innocent lives lost. But it means that people like Blair don't like potatoes, and I get more.
You see, that's the little thing that people come to me about, and they're just like, "Oh, you don't like potatoes, and you're Irish. That means just more for you, you know? Like I'm over here eating my rice and my grains and shit, and then you're just like over there, like
having a plate of mash
Is
with
this
red sauce on it.
Is this a non-Irish person saying it's okay?
Yeah.
That makes sense then, because I can't forgive you.
No, but
See.
it's just I don't understand. Listen,
Every time you mention
you'll never
potato, my
understand it.
eyebrow twitches.
See, I can't say anything because I hate when it's like fluffy potato. I can't eat.
If it's dry.
I don't like mash. I can eat it. I prefer not to. And the middle part of jacket spud, the skin I could eat all day. Chips, crisps, you know. Maybe a shepherd's pie if it's like crispy on the top. But you know,
But when you bring crisps and stuff into it, that changes the texture completely, and they're not a potato anymore. They're just something completely different. They are like
that's
a
not how
crunchy
it
bit of
works.
salty goodness.
You're saying
No,
the way in
it is
which
100% how it
you
works.
prepare a potato dictates whether or not it remains a potato.
Remains
Yeah,
potato becomes
like-
a whole new entity.
One is sin, and the other one is not a sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
You're
the
a
whole situation. Like
disgrace.
It
No, I'm not.
rearranges the atoms and turns it into a whole new.
Well, you
substance.
don't. You literally don't call it a
new
fried
spot.
potato, do you? You call it a crisp.
A new
Because it's completely
fantastic
different.
plate of
Yeah, because
mash.
it's extra crispy.
We're the only one doing the
potatoes.
musical number.
Well, no, and they're called potato. Well, like Americans call them potato chips because it's a chip of a potato.
Dude, I'm physically getting worked up right now. Can we
That's
change
why
the
we also
conversation?
call chips because
You coward.
No, don't call me a coward, dude. I
Coward.
swear to God. That I will set fire to
The Irish
potato
blood in
land.
me boils. Which is to say about 50%. It's not good. It hurts.
Stop.
But I'll keep going.
you raise the Joe's blood pressure. Let's move on. Let's.
Oh my God.
Speaking of potatoes, if we do want to delve into history here, Scott,
Go on.
I believe there was a particular channel, if we're going to go way back into you and I,
Yeah. Well,
by the name of.
no. If we're
No,
going
no.
back, if we're going back,
We go all the way back.
we go all the way back.
It's time to go back.
It's time to go back. So, Blair and I have started this channel, Boys on Internet, but this isn't my first dive into the old duo channels. You know, I've
Previous
I've been around the block.
Far better.
Been around the block.
Whoa, excuse me. Okay, we just Joe's never come on the podcast. He's just never here. Guys, it's just
Yeah, just cut his audio, but
yeah, like he's gone, dude. Don't worry about it.
it sounds like your mad ramblings about you hate potatoes and the potato famine. And I'm just here like not really saying.
Would anybody take it as any different?
honest.
Did anybody notice?
I don't think so.
It becomes 10 times more like violent if Joe isn't like replying. It's just me screaming at Scott about potatoes. But anyway, I do actually generally really want to hear about the old channel that you guys had.
Well,
because
before the old channel, we had like a show on my channel, which we used to do, which then we tried to turn into its own channel, and then we never took off with it. But we had the first ever sort of duo series we had was I think I called it Beat the Game Off.
That rings a bell, yes.
Yeah, because that's where we played the Stanley Parable as well as
One of my I love
Sakura Beach, which
yes,
is
with our
one of my
impeccable-
favorites.
Like, delving into voice acting. Blair appreciate that.
If you want to go back,
I saw that video.
give those two series a watch because fuck, they were so good. And then I started another show which was like me and my brother, but I also just liked the name, so I had it as me and Joe as well, called Brocade. Because my brother like whenever my brother would come up, because he lives down south, he'd come up and he messaged me like when are we next gonna do some brocade? And I was like, dude, that name's sick. Stealing it.
Taking that.
So and that's where we did Hustle Cat, and I swear we played something else. Like I think we did Battle Block Theater a little bit, and but like because I didn't want to keep that on my channel because my channel was meant to be yeah boy. We decided to start a new channel, and that's where the Lanky Lads began.
Oh yeah.
How old were you guys when you both started Lanky Lads?
I'm
Because
pretty
you guys
sure.
are like childhood
Well,
friends, aren't you?
it-
Right?
How long
not
ago
long ago.
was Beat the Game Off?
I'll go get the stats.
Dude, I'm curious, right?
I'm
Because
on-
like
I'm
you
on your
guys
page,
guys
mate.
went to school together, didn't you? You guys have
did,
been
yeah.
childhood friends for a very long time.
Aye.
How long have we known each other now? Going on
Since 2009.
11 years now, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
11.
God.
Yeah, 11 years.
yeah. Can I get rid of you yet?
No.
Is there not
Does it ever
a
feel weird
newer
to put
model
it
I
into
can
perspective and stuff?
swap out for?
Not really.
Oh, well.
You can try, but no one will be, no one will fit as much as me, Joe. Come on.
No one will shit themselves as frequently or be nearly as funny.
But yeah, so Beat the Game Off was in 2015.
Jesus.
2015. Okay.
Yeah, and
How
then
old were you guys then in 2015?
2015.
Like 5 years ago.
5 years ago, so I would have been
17-ish.
18, I would have been. Joe would have
Okay.
been 16, 17.
16, 17, yeah. Depending on when in the year this was.
It was. Let's take a look. See, where's the first episode? There it is. August. I was gonna say August because this was like a month before I went off to uni.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
That's
then
crazy.
I'm a gamer. So
when was so yeah. So Lanky Lads was only 2 years ago. It was a bit more
Really?
recent.
Okay, that's not too
it
bad.
feels that feels further away than Beat the Game Off.
That was 2017.
Love the name.
It's just like I can't like hold a straight
Well, 'cause-
face when you say it so
Well, 'cause
seriously
I
like
came
that.
up with it because we were like, we should just make a series where we just beat games. It doesn't have to be like long games. We just find games that we can play through in like one sitting. And I was like, what can we call it? And I was like, something about beating games. And I was like,
But it feels
the
so
game
weird.
off.
Like, whenever you guys like talk about like your old channel and stuff like that, you always talk about it in such like the far past. So hearing that it's only like 2 years ago,
It just feels like that. It feels like
Well,
it was fucking ages ago.
I was going to say there was a channel prior to all that, wasn't there? Or,
Oh.
See,
Are we
this
gonna
is-
go?
This is where my potato segue came from.
Oh, is that what you were gonna go into?
Yeah, that's what I was going
Oh,
with.
okay. I prefer that. Yeah, go on. You can
Well,
you can take
I
the
could-
reign on this.
Was it Blazing Guns or was it just
It was Blazing
it was
Guns and Jack of Potatoes.
Blazing Guns, Jack of Potatoes? Potatoes spelled
But we
wrong.
also had the username which was Blazing Potato because our title was
Yes.
too long.
That's right. Yeah, that's where I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah,
Which was our delve into live action and short, wasn't it? Which
it was basically we were big fans of Corridor Digital and Freddie W, and we wanted
Yeah.
to copy them, which is most of my content. I see a channel I like and I copy them. Like,
a lot of inspiration drawn. There.
welcome to Super Mega.
Game Grumps, you know.
Lanky Lads
like-
Game Grumps. Joe even makes that joke in like the fucking what was it now? I can't remember what episode it was, but we ended like the first episode of Lanky Lads, I think, with you going next time on Game Grumps, and I broke. I was like, damn, he see through it.
Oh, here we
But,
go. I found the channel.
Yeah.
8 years ago was the first upload for that.
Oh wow.
We
That was
didn't
high
do
school.
much with that, did we? But there were some
No, because we also
gems
had
in there.
our channels. We had to Scottscy and to Broscy.
Yeah, which we were doing individually.
Yeah, which I started. It's actually, you know what day today is, boys? It's my YouTube channel's birthday today.
Whoa, dude, happy
Oh,
birthday.
Congratulations.
May the 4th.
Dude, when's Attack on Titan coming back?
Dude, Attack on Titan's coming back on the 10th anniversary, so in like another, I think it's 3 years.
a little bit of waiting, but you know, we'll still be here. The number
know,
one fans will still be
Come
there.
back 3 years later and I'll play like Attack on Titan 4.
They'll be waiting.
Actually,
Oh, Joe,
speaking
just-
of
And they'll
Joe's
need to know
original
how to
channel,
open the command console.
Open the command console.
Sorry,
Joe,
what was
speaking
that?
of like your original channel, right? So like Scott had his Scottscy, right? And
He
you
did, yes.
had your own thing.
Well, originally Scott was to Scottscy,
Yeah.
and I was to Broscy.
You had a channel
Which
before
one?
that, Joe.
I did. That's what I was moving
Yeah.
on to. Even before then, there was a channel.
Still your best work
You think? Yeah.
to this day. You do.
Was it what was it? The Doctor Who miniseries? Is that what really?
Nah, the
sparked-
Minecraft Let's Play.
See, no, that was the gaming channel.
Dude, the gaming channel was where it was at, dude.
So I don't even know when this was.
I'm going in.
I'm not sure I can track down
Joe, don't
how
worry,
many
I'm here.
years ago.
Oh, there's no videos on the channel anymore?
Yeah, no, they're still there.
You bastard.
Hold on a sec. How many channels did you guys have? This is
In total, there was my original channel. There was the gaming channel for that channel. Then there was Tobrosif, and then the one I'm on now, which I don't use either.
Yeah, Joe,
Okay.
the first episode of your old gaming channel was 2011, which is on there right now. There may have been ones before that no longer
I think
exist, but-
even the ones on the main channel were like 2008, 2007.
I had a channel before Scottscy, but I've completely forgotten what it was.
How did you guys make so many like channels? Did you guys
No.
just forget the passwords and stuff?
No,
Or
no,
did you
it's
have,
like-
like
it's like-
active plans for these things.
Well, it was like, because everything I did, I had a channel for. It was separate. Like, I had my own, which was to Scottscy, which has always been my own channel. You know what I mean? But I also had another channel called Prologue Nation, which was a vlogging channel I had with a group of mates.
Okay.
Not like Joe, though. This was different group back in the day. And then we had Prologue Nation, which was our gaming channel, which was my mate trying to be, what were they called? Was it Optic Nation? Or whatever they were fucking called?
One of those, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be like a quick scope and trick shot and montage making channel. And I played a lot of COD, I was good at it, so I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. And that's where my old gamertag Prologue Mythic came out of.
Oh,
But,
was that your clan Prologue Mythic, or was
yeah.
that it?
Well,
Or
it was Prologue.
just, like,
Our clan was called Prologue.
Prologue. Okay.
Yeah. And then I was Prologue Mythic, my mate was Prologue Vortex. And we had our YouTube channel where we did like montages and gaming news. Ooh! That's a
feels-
video.
We had a news segment, Scott.
Oh, we did, but we didn't actually make it in the end.
Yeah, but that was actually, it was going really well, and then
Yeah.
what was, I'm trying to think of
It was
something
what the
I
fact.
could draw a line to, yeah, an equivalent.
Like, kind of like... Oh, what's his name now? Oh,
Ray William Johnson.
it was in the
Oh.
era of William Johnson, you know, where everyone wanted to make, like, you know, like, kind of like news updates, but also, like, comedy type of... I can't remember his... What the fuck was... Chang Chung?
What?
Do you remember Chang Chung?
Scott,
hold
I'm
on.
drawing
Wait,
a blank, and now I think you're just racist.
No, there was a guy, Chang Chung. He was this Australian dude.
I told you the racism would be the end
No,
of
No,
the show.
no.
Champ
dude.
Chung.
Oh, God.
Wait, yeah, Champ Chung. He's
Oh,
this
Champ
Australian
Chung.
dude. Australia dude who used to do gaming like news like that. And I think that might have been where my sort of like want to do it came
Gee,
from.
I can't believe you remembered that.
Yeah.
That's been ejected from my brain.
Fucking Champ Chung, dude.
How long had that been knocking around? Fuck, have you seen how many uploads this man makes?
That's what?
Is he still around?
Whoa.
That's a lot of videos per month.
Jesus Christ, you're right.
Yeah. But so yeah, we were gonna have like a show where we'd cut between me and you on a green screen, which we tried to make out of a blanket pinned to your wall,
we got
which didn't work. It was close. It was so close.
but
it didn't-
it was a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, and it was gonna be called like What the Fact. And, oh, it was gonna be great.
It was actually
We scripted it.
The rough cut of it was quite funny, but
Yeah.
as with most of my computers back then, it decided to brick itself and lost everything, which is a shame. Scott, we could have been doing. I've already forgotten the fucking name of the thing.
What the fact?
What the fact?
So imagine, like, to this day, like, this podcast could not exist. Me and Joe could have been the next Ray William Johnson.
We could have been
We could have been there being like,
Jeff and RWJ.
yeah, and we're there like, we've been Scott and Joe, and we approve this message. And then
So, boys,
cool transition.
So, boys, when are you bringing What the Fact to the Boys on the Internet channel?
Dude, let's do
When's
it.
this happening?
Joe, you're joiing
we
Boys
split
in
it
Net
off
as
for
a
our own
constant
thing.
member,
There'll
and you're
be
getting
no-
your own show.
There'll be no vocal contract.
Hey, man, you signed the contract when you became our manager. Now we milk you dry.
It was a verbal contract.
I did
No
not
going
read
back.
the small text. What's small text in a verbal contract? Just someone going
It's just me going.
I need to give us all your money. What?
Yeah, it's me going.
What?
Do you want to be our manager? And be a puppet that we can fucking manipulate. You're like,
So
sure.
what was that? Be our manager.
Do I get paid? No.
Will there be tea?
Sure.
Yes.
There will
A
be
penny a
tea.
month. But like, fuck, me and Joe go way back with the YouTubes and such. We've done stupid amounts, but I've had plenty of channels. I also had one called Nitro Frost X, which is home of probably still one of our most quoted videos ever, Joe.
Oh, is that what channel that was on? Yeah.
Yeah, Nitro Frost. It's not called that anymore because my mate took it as his own channel, which is annoying. So I can't even like. But it was
What was the content on that one?
it was like comedy sketches.
It was similar to our Blazing Guns. Well, not really, because ours wasn't.
Nah,
really we
it
were
was
very
more-
action oriented.
We wanted to be action because we actually like we had like muzzle flashes and shit in our. But it was like comedy sketches like along the lines of we wanted to do. I can't remember who we were mimicking. But it was along the lines of like Smosh and it was J Stu Studios as well because they did pranks. Do you remember them?
How do you remember these people?
Dude, trust me. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember names for stuff that I did in like 2011 like that, and I don't know why. I think I'm still living in that back then. But like they used to do the falling prank. Do you remember that?
Oh fucking! Yeah.
Where you just go into the supermarket and just fucking hit the deck.
And throw like milk everywhere, which was,
Yeah,
that
and
was
it was
a very
so
common
stupid.
trait of that.
But like we were doing like the milk challenge and all that. But we had one gem on that channel, and it was called Paranormal Ghost Gamer. And holy shit, I still find it fucking hilarious to this day.
I think that title would still hold up.
Oh, 100 Joe, we need
It would
us
be
three.
Super
Us three. We're making a remaster for the Boys on Internet.
Dude, listen.
It's
you
all
can
shot
have,
in
like,
21 by 9.
Super like fucking red cameras, like
It's,
you know.
it's like a Hollywood reenactment. It's all really serious. It's not funny
But
anymore.
with still my shitty action of going, I need a drink.
Can we have like a TV? Like we're not actually playing games or anything. It's just that old video on the TV that we're looking at.
I'll play the video above us on the like podcast video now for everybody who's watching on YouTube. I'll put it up. You're about to hear it, but you're about to see what it looked like, and it looks fucking awful, but it was so good.
As
Basically-
Scott said, a line from that sketch is still recited to this day. Whenever somebody says they need a piss, it's
Or
gonna get-
I need a drink.
I need a drink. I'm going for a piss. Yeah, it's,
The concept of it was there was me and my mate Matty. We were sat there playing some Call of Duty. And we're playing, and then I ended up what is it? I end up saying I need a drink, and then Matty goes like I need a pee, so we both get up and we leave, and then we come back upstairs. I've got an empty glass in my
well, it was essentially you both needed a reason to leave the room, didn't you?
Yeah,
At
and then-
roughly the same time.
And then we push open the door, and my mate Jordan's there in a white sheet just over his head, holding the controller, playing Call of Duty. And then
Not
then
for the faint of heart.
it says like 15 minutes later, and we're sat next to the ghost playing, and then I go, yes! And we high five the ghost, and that's the end. But it's so shit, but it's just the quote of, I need a drink, I need a piss, really badly acted. And then also Matty keeps downing a can of Pringles. And it's just so weird, but it's also fucking great.
Dude, the thing about that type of content would have worked so good, like, at that point in time. I could literally just imagine it being, like, a viral video.
Well, because that's what YouTube was. People would just grab a camcorder and just shoot shit. Whereas now YouTube it needs to be fucking, like, studio quality. Like, it's a shame. But you can still find those gems. Those gems are still out there.
Like funnily enough,
have you seen what
right?
Critical does on his streams, where he just asks people for recommendations of shit videos? But he doesn't want professional YouTubers. He doesn't want like any. He just wants to watch shit like that or really bad reality TV. It's great.
All I
Have
was
you guys
thinking when you
ever
were
gone,
mentioning.
like,
Sorry.
Oh,
Rob.
if you ever go like into just type in some random words into YouTube and then go the newest uploaded, that's where you find the real stuff. Like,
Yeah,
just
that's where you
go
get
on
the
an
good shit.
adventure. Like,
Yeah.
All I could think of channels within a similar vein to that old style where it's not particularly studio produced but still does really good content is Jake Bowen.
oh
which Blair introduced you to, the Uncle Samsonite guy.
Yeah,
Which-
that's spot on. Yeah.
It feels exactly in that sort of vein.
Yeah.
But it's still beautifully directed.
It doesn't feel like you're watching an episode of Friends or like, you know, something that, you know, feels very, what's the word?
like production value, like it's got like production value.
safe production, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it is just raw. It's just
You
people
can tell
making
there
shit.
is no budget there.
Yeah.
But even still, it's one of the most charming things you'll ever watch and keeps you gripped the whole
Genuinely.
time.
Like, Blair introduced Joe to it, and then the two of them brought me along on this fucking journey.
It's
Uncle
generally
Samsonite.
a gem. If you guys ever want to just bring people together, Uncle Samsonite really does it. There's 2 seasons. There's a 3rd season on the way of just. It's generally a gem. I don't know how to explain it, but
There's no
give it your
explanation.
best chance. Yeah.
You have to watch it, and you will understand why I am now afraid to drink brand soda.
He cometh.
I'm just a bachelor.
I'm just a
Drop
a beat. Twerk.
If you want a great little series to watch, just get a few mates together and watch that on an evening, because
Make sure it's dark. You've got your lights off.
it'll take about an hour of your life and it'll be 100% worth it.
Your life will be improved immeasurably. But Jesus, like,
It's fantastic work.
Dude,
And
speaking
one
of
guy
dickers-
does half the bloody cast.
Oh yeah.
which blew our minds. Because for some reason, the 2 main characters are played by the same dude, but you wouldn't know until you read the cast.
Yeah, it's like because like you sit there and sometimes you're just like, okay, this is weird, but then you just look through the glasses and it's like a mannequin.
I thought it was his
just
brother.
like-
I thought it was like his brother or his cousin, because I could see a resemblance, but I couldn't go like, yeah, they're the same person. I couldn't like, you know, my brain couldn't make the connection, because he also shot it so like well. And like you don't see a seam in the middle of the
But
screen or
that's the
anything.
thing.
Like,
I think his composition's always set up in such a way that he doesn't run into that issue.
yeah.
yeah.
Which just makes it believable the whole time, because there's never that sort of clash in compositing where you go, oh, hang on.
Yeah,
I
'cause
remember
he really
when
definitely
Blair
has the
initially
knowledge,
mentioned it,
you
when
know?
he was showing Owen and I, and we were like, what? It's not the same guy, you fucking... Stop telling fibs.
I remember telling you that in the middle of season 2, and I remember like just everybody getting riled up.
Yeah, I thought you were having me on when you said the priest was him as well. I was like, no. Now you're just taking the piss.
Dude, the less context we give, the more confused our viewers will
Absolutely.
be, and I can't wait until people start watching. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Twerk.
Gotta have my Reese's snack.
Oh, what a character.
generally the best character
It's a
in the
gem.
entire show.
It is 100% a gem.
Just
Like-
watch it. No matter how hesitant you are, just get the first season loaded up and press play.
As creepy as it is, that type, it's like that type of show is like a safety blanket of like YouTube still has personality in there. You know what I mean?
There is still
Like-
independent.
Truly
content
independent.
being
Because
made.
people go, you know, like you see Smosh, they started as two lads in their fucking bedroom filming fucking Pokemon
First
on a
bite.
camcorder, and now they're first bite. Well, now they split up, but you know, like now it's a company, it's a business owned by fucking Mythical Media or whatever the thing's called, and it's crazy.
It's weird though when you go back and look at some of the old like content that was around like back then, because I remember like there was Arbiter and the Chief. Do you guys remember that?
Arbiter
series?
Bobby and the Chief. I cannot win, but I have to try. And then, like, fucking in the end starts playing. I can't even remember what plays are. It's ridiculous.
Oh, what other series are like that? There was
I used
there's
to watch Red versus Blue a long time ago.
Red vs. Blue had that weird production value, even from like early one, like the first kind of full episodes. I went back to rewatch it, and I feel like they must have like redubbed it or something, because it still sounds
really?
pretty authentic. Like if it was,
It
made
might just
now,
be a
I
case
wouldn't-
that they
wouldn't
re-uploaded
do
it on YouTube's new, like, you know, because YouTube did a huge like quality upgrade, didn't they?
They
Later
did,
down the
yeah.
line, where it went from, instead of it just clicking the HQ button to make your video high quality, you actually had resolution. So maybe they just re-uploaded it once that became a thing, and it just sounds better. And you know,
Maybe, I don't
Maybe.
know, because it's like I went back to watch the first season, and like I still love Caboose. Caboose is still my favorite character in the entire show. But I was just like, I just could see Caboose, you know, I could see that like him doing voiceover like now, at that
Yeah.
point in time. I
Yeah.
don't know if they were just exceptional back then, and that's why we loved it or whatever. But like, it
Would
still
have
felt
expected it to be
good.
Rocky.
yeah, right. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be so like good.
spot on. Yeah.
Have you ever gone back to some certain series and just been just like, uh-oh?
Not I could think of.
I
Bound
thought
to
that
be.
going back and watching Arby and the Chief, what was it, a few months back now, wasn't it? Where I can't remember. We were referencing that I cannot win. So we went back and watched an episode of Arby and the Chief, and
Well, no, because what else did we watch? We watched quite a lot of shit in that little sort of time
we went
frame.
on a little.
Because we watched, what was that other one we
nostalgia
watched that we
spree.
still reference now? Like, don't worry, Chief, I got this one.
Master Chief War.
Master Chief War. Yeah.
Oh,
As
that's
well
not
as-
even on YouTube anymore, I don't think. It's been re-uploaded a few times.
Yeah, as well as like fucking Samus versus Master Chief. And
Yeah.
we want to know, like,
I love
which
the
still
animation for
fucking
that.
holds up, which is crazy.
It's so good.
Which, because, I mean, he did go on to animate fucking Ruby and shit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good lad.
I
like-
think-
Rest in peace, my boy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. But some
But,
of the
like, yeah.
3D animation back then was some of the best I've still seen to this
I
day.
don't know how they did it. It's pure passion in it. It's just pure
You
love
see, a
for
lot
the
of the
craft.
times now, you know, like back then and stuff like that, I feel like, you know, the influences were a bit different. Like, you know, back then you used to like kung fu movies and stuff like that used to be like the big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't completely realistic, but it still had that like power behind it. So then if you just like kind of have that, you know, whenever you saw those old things where Master Chief was just like one-handing people, right? He would always do the like claw. Did you ever go back and look at that? Like that's so crazy.
But
now I'm
that
not
kind of
too
reminds
sure.
me. It reminds me of something we were talking about the other day, Joe. You know where we were talking about Halo 5. Because you just like you were saying how good the animation was on the Master Chief Wars, or not? Sorry, or the
Sorry,
Mas-
yeah.
Samus vs Master Chief.
Samus Chief, yeah.
I can't speak.
Or Red
And
versus Blue, for that matter.
Oh,
yeah, and we went and watched a cutscene from Halo 5 with Master Chief versus fucking Locke,
Lock, yeah.
where they're having a fist fight in a volcano. And we watched it and we came out of that being like, that felt like a fan-made film. But
It had some
wasn't.
genuine weight to it, yeah.
But like it just felt cheap. And fan-made stuff looks better.
I'm not gonna lie, I still really enjoyed that fight.
It was just odd.
It's like they've really changed like the way fighting in kind of like animation is done kind of now, right? Where you kind of see it being more like realistic, you know? Have you ever seen like two MMA fighters like just go at it? It's just kind of, there's a lot of grappling and then there's a lot of just like really heavy punches and stuff.
Yeah.
There isn't really much blocking or anything like that, you know? Or, you know, they'll do the thing where they like put their hands behind their head and then like step on their shin or something and then put them to the ground and then they'll just go bam, you know, with the end of the knee. Sorry, I'm thinking of like, I'm having a fight with myself right now.
So you're thinking like
front of a queue
of like judo.
Well, but you see what I mean in terms of if you look at like modern fights now, they do have that kind of like more heavier power to it. Well, I think that's kind of way the Western market has gone, where the fan-made market, you know, has always been like kind of more cartoony influenced, you know?
A bit more like anime influenced, and because anime, they don't really have like, it's not, you know, really up close grappling and shit. It's not like John Wick where it's like grab, grapple, dodge, boom, boom. You know, it's like with anime, it's like run, hit with a sword, bounce 4 meters back type of deal. Like, you know, which a lot of, you see it in load of the fan animations for stuff like that as well, because you want it to be a lot more dramatic, a lot more like, you know what I'm saying? A lot more.
You need an inherent amount of exaggeration for it to feel impactful.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things as well where the models weren't exactly that good back then. So the less time you have to look at the models like in slow motion was probably better for the animators.
The less time
as well.
you're on a close up as well.
Yeah.
They get hit once, we're going 40 meters back with motion blur.
And an explosion.
We want trails as well, and let's.
I do miss old YouTube though.
It's
Just
still
of
there.
how-
You
it's
just
still
have
there,
to
but it's
search
not
for
dominated
it, you know?
by it anymore. You've got to go looking.
But was it really dominated back then?
Yeah,
Really though?
just because it wasn't owned by Google, you know. So whenever you open up YouTube, it'd have a thing called like new releases, and it wouldn't just be new releases from select accounts. It'd just be random fucking videos there, and you'd go through and watch all these crazy random videos that people have uploaded. And it was just, I just remember doing this at primary school and going through and watching a monkey that got stuck in a tree, and then it falls out and lands on a trampoline and does a flip, and I found that fucking hilarious.
I'll be honest, Scott, this sounds like your watching habits of today.
Joe,
There are times I'll hear you call out a ridiculous title video, like you're like, "What the fuck?" and then 5 minutes later, you're commenting on it as you're halfway through the video. Like,
no, Joe, the thing I get called by most is life hack videos.
yeah,
Because I always click him because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so shit. But they got a view out of me. They got what they wanted.
I know. And you're getting wound up through the entire video about how
And they're like, why the
ridiculous
fuck that doesn't work? Like fucking. And I'm like,
why are you watching it?
I'm like, because it looked funny.
Have you like guys remember those like videos where they're just like, let's hide the banana in the wall and then use these Rice Krispies to like hide it away?
the guy who hides shit in doors and walls using fucking noodles.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I was just about to bring up the guy who fixes a sink with
Yeah.
noodles.
Because he went, that was like the one that blew up, but then he was like, shit, I'm getting views, I gotta keep this going. So he started just like putting bananas inside of door frames and sealing it with noodles and putting pennies and walls, and I'm like, why?
Where does he live where plaster doesn't exist?
Yeah. And I'm also like, I just gave this guy a view.
When you think about it though, now that you think about it that way, I feel like the age of the viral video has like ended. You know what I mean?
But I don't
feel
know,
like
you know. I think it's just a case of, instead of it, because normally it'd be one video was viral for like a week. Everyone talked about it. Now it's like
hundreds at a time.
hundreds at a time. It's just viral videos aren't dead. There's just too many of them.
The quantity of viewers has expanded so much since.
Because think about how big the puffer fish going. Oh, got. That's a viral video.
I think with the current attention span of any audience online, that's the only thing that tends to go viral.
Yeah.
A 3-second video of a pufferfish going.
The only reason it got so ingrained into my head was because of fucking Blair. Every time he joined the call, he just joined it going,
Like
It'd be the back and forth every time he joined.
But you see, like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, it's just a very happy video until the end.
When he grabs the knife, it cuts, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, to be honest, you guys ruined that video to me when you showed me that there was an end to that video.
That there was an extended version.
Yeah.
Where he bonks the pufferfish on the back of the head with the knife.
Yeah,
and
like
knocks it clean out.
Literally, my little childhood mind to just be like, oh, funnel. And then continue on with my day. But actually, when I think about it, though, I feel like do you guys use TikTok?
Not really.
Absolutely not.
I'll watch
Okay.
random ones that I get sent if they're actually like not dancing ones, if you know what I mean. If they're like basically a Vine.
We've watched quite a few compilations on it, but
Yeah. Well, it's because it's like, that's what I was hoping I was hoping Bite would take off, which it didn't.
Is it
TikTok
still
still reigns
like not
supreme.
taking off, or is it?
I mean,
do you think
have
it's
you
gone?
seen anything from it?
Well,
I feel
Not
like
really.
their timing for launch was a bit.
I was gonna say, did you see how big
Poorly
like
placed.
Vine became, like when it first launched, and then everyone was on it, and now TikTok's took its place. So Bite had like TikTok to fight, and TikTok had already brainwashed the mind of every child in like the world. So
yeah, but I think
it
the thing
wasn't-
is though at TikTok, it had Musically like 4 years beforehand, and
Yeah.
4 years of gaining that like that viewer base of people
user
going,
base as
people
well, yeah.
are like lip syncing to videos. This is stupid. And then and then they brought TikTok into the thing to get away from that, but they still brought everyone from the last app. So I do think Byte has a chance. It just give it like a couple of years and maybe a
I'm not
relaunch.
sure.
You know?
I think it's already too late.
Yeah.
With how fast trends and shit are, if it doesn't bite right at the beginning, that's it. You know what I mean?
And if I recall correctly, it wasn't too long after the launch of TikTok, was it? It was sort of right as TikTok had its foothold. Byte decided to pop up, and at that point, it was
Well, because Byte was only late last year, like
Yeah.
2019. TikTok had like a year or two of like finding its ground, of
That's
changing
what I'm
over
saying,
from Musically to
where people were seeing the potential of it. As
people are
a
making
Vine
vines on it, which were
replacement.
like, you know, like a bit more memes, a bit more viral videos.
Yeah.
Whereas Byte then was like, oh, we're Vine, but new. And then everyone jumped on it, saw all the beta testers making really awful videos,
Yeah.
and then went like, nah, TikTok's got all the people on it. Like, people have already set on TikTok, which is a shame, because Byte had potential, but no one took to it. It's the only
That's
thing.
what I mean. Like, by the time Byte came out, anybody who did want to go off and make vines had already moved
on to
over
TikTok or
So
YouTube.
there was no use of them abandoning the audience they'd already built up there to then go over to Byte just because it was, the successor.
Yeah.
It does
Well-
make you think of how like these type of things do get this success so quickly, and which ones fail and which ones don't, right? Like how do you like predict the visibility of a new app, right? Because like when you look at TikTok now, right? TikTok's like up in the viewer base of like YouTube and stuff now. It's like got 8 million users or something, right? And then
Yeah.
like having it a bite, right? But then you've got like YouTube and other things like that. But how did I say billion? I think I said billion. Now I feel stupid.
Fine.
But it's always weird to see how that type of stuff works, right? Because I feel like one of the reasons why TikTok took off is because it has a very special AI in it, where like if you watch a video, right, it will promote more videos like that. But it also has the Instagram feature of just like, just the infinite scroll down.
It'll just keep, because you open it up and it's immediately playing a video at you, like immediately. You'll watch it. You'll
yeah.
swipe to the next one, the next one. Or,
after, like,
it's just
like literally immediately playing a video that you're interested in as well, right?
And what does it? Is it support like 15 seconds?
It supports.
what it is?
Supports a minute.
Is it a minute now? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Jesus. So even then, that's a tiny clip. Imagine how like me and Joe do this on a regular basis. We'll watch a meme compilation, and that shit's 10 minutes. That's one. We'll go through about 20 in one sitting.
It's so consumable.
Exactly, and that's
And then
exactly
there's
what
a
TikTok
frog
is.
on a piece of string with Korn's Freak on a Leash playing. And that shit is the funniest thing I've seen all week.
We had a mental breakdown, like, because since Discord added like the ability to use your camera in normal servers now, we've been doing that quite a bit. And we were all watching. It was me, Joe, and Runax. We were watching a meme comes together, and we were watching one, and then that frog on a piece of string tied to a post, and it just goes like a freak on a leash, and it went through. And we didn't even notice it until Joe went, "Hold on, go back to that frog."
What it was is there was so many high energy memes back to back. And suddenly it was this Freak on a Leash by Korn, which is a very low energy song before the chorus kicks in, with just a picture of a frog on a piece of string and it going, "Korn like a freak on a leash." It sparked something in me and I lost it.
Joe had a breakdown, which led to me having a breakdown of Relax being sat there going, "What?" It was just.
It was a magnificent meme.
It was incredible.
Can we have the picture of the frog on the screen in the background?
I'll put it up if I remember at this point.
No Korn, obviously. I mean, my singing was close enough already. You need to be careful there.
I'll put a picture of Korn.
You need to pitch
on the
me
screen.
up.
You know, Korn on the cob. I'll put that out there.
Yeah.
But fuck, dude. Like, it's just that. It's just exactly what Joe said then as well. Like, that frog with the song, it was a 2 second, maybe 3 second clip. But it was just immediately, we were dying, which TikTok can do to you, even though I don't really use TikTok. But, you know, short,
I'm really
funny
surprised that you
videos.
don't, you know? Because this is like your guys' content. You know what I mean? I feel like you and Joe could like literally kick off on TikTok. It's just literally sometimes I'm just in a call with both of you and you're just talking some fucking shit. But it's just like
that's what we
do.
It
would work so fucking well.
It would
There
work
should be a podcast.
Anywhere but here.
I don't know, with the whole TikTok thing, I just could see you guys making your own like cults of personality with just stupid videos.
But as you mentioned, like, how does a person that develops an app dictate whether something takes off or not? I think it's all just about finding a hole in the market and getting your timing right. Like with TikTok, for example, a lot of the commentary YouTubers were kicking off that Musically users were coming over to YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a big buzz about Musically and YouTube. You combine the two of them and somebody branches off and launches TikTok, which fills exactly what people were looking for at that current time, which was taking the piss and
like
short content.
Well, it's done that quite, like, a lot of apps do that, don't they? Like, things like that pop off out of nowhere. It was like the reason Vine took off was because everyone was doing YouTube, which was, 10 minutes of something you've got to sit down and purposely watch.
Yeah.
Whereas like Vine, there was this emptiness of like, there was no really short form stuff other than like Twitter, you know what I mean? Whereas like Vine were like short form, videos like that. And then they put that out and then everyone was just like, whoa, this shit's great. And you can just consume. And now it's the same with TikTok. And it's just like,
filled a hole people didn't realize they had.
It's like you can have, you could have the shortest attention span, but TikTok will keep you and like Vine will keep you because it's Vine was 6-7 seconds and now it's like a minute. If you don't focus to it, swipe to the next one, and then you got 15 seconds, you can be like, next, next,
people's short attention span refreshes after every video. So you just keep going.
It's so weird though. I have to really admit, because now that you're bringing that up in terms of TikTok and stuff like that, right? It's not just funny videos and stuff like that. I've learned a lot from TikTok. Just in general. Like,
Sensei.
no. You have no idea.
Sensei TikTok.
Sensei.
I
TikTok.
never knew what the proper way to cut a carrot was before I went onto TikTok. Dude, I am
there's
a
plenty of ways to
carrot
cut a carrot.
You should add my nan on Facebook.
Oh, Joe's nan on Facebook is a fucking blast.
Always sharing the life hacks, baby.
Great, dude. That's where I get all my life hack videos from.
To sort of spark the trend, Scott.
She drops some fucking banging memes, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of the shit she likes on Facebook is incredible.
Yeah.
Good old Hild.
It's always something anti one political party.
Yeah. It's either politics, memes, or life hacks.
Yeah.
Joe, can we bring your nan onto the podcast? You and your nan.
That'd be great. She'd give us all a $5.
It was a birthday the other day.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, I remember reading a post about it.
Did you?
About everyone showing up to her house.
Oh yeah, my auntie's showing up and having like the social distancing little party thing. They
Yeah,
had.
well, it was throwing it down.
That was really sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I designed
Anyway.
the card. And
good lad. But
well, we were on Moonpig, and I was like, these are all awful.
yeah, they always are.
And even though we were on like a tight schedule to get it done, I was like, nah, Mum, give me a minute. I'm gonna make a card.
Joe's a graphic designer. He sees other people think, nah, I can do that.
Actually-
it's a blessing and a curse.
And a curse.
speaking
Everywhere
of,
you go, I can't help but look at things and go, oh, someone got paid to do that.
dude. Okay, speaking of, just before we're coming up to our end, we always like to ask the guest about anime. So
Oh,
Joe,
I am your
what have
boy.
you been watching? What have you been watching, dude?
So, Joe, what are your current standing on the UK politics? Are you Team Boris?
Well, Scott,
God, I love anime.
in my honest opinion, I think that there are a lot of good shows this season. If I had to pick my favourites at the moment,
Dude, the Boris training arc was fucking overwhelming for me, dude.
I couldn't take it, man.
You know that episode where Boris goes fucking Super Saiyan and tackles that kid when they're playing rugby? Dude, fucking...
Yeah, but then needs a week off, though, because he caught a cold.
Just sit under a waterfall for a weekend, you'll be alright.
Okay, speaking of,
Hey,
what
go-
you been
go
watching,
on.
Joe?
An awful lot, as per. But what are you watching, Blair? Because I'll
shit.
rip off whatever you're enjoying at the minute.
We tend to watch the same shows, which is like
do, yeah.
kind of crazy, to be honest. We have such a similar anime taste. It's kind of
This
weird.
this is why I wanted John, because I knew Blair would want to talk about anime, and I've
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
really watched anything that he's been watching, so, you know, Joe...
You have no
Blair,
idea.
have
Trying
you
to
watched-
get anime out of this guy is literally like
Joe's about to
trying to
talk
find
about-
gold in a coconut, dude. It does not
it's
work
'cause
unless you
I
put
don't-
gold
I don't-
inside the coconut.
I don't watch new shows. I watch random shows that I found from years ago.
Dude, you see what I'm dealing
I
with?
saw you two adding things to your plan to watch that I watched years ago, and I was like, "Oh, I
it's
want them
'cause-
to watch it."
Well, it's because I said to Blair, like, I need some old shows that are like slice of lifey to watch, and he was like, I got you. And
I'm not going to complain that I've recommended these before. I'm just...
you
dude.
probably have, but you know, the transfer we made over from one site to another, things got lost in the post, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
And
just
also, I don't
literally.
listen to you.
No, that's
I think that's
the
the key
fucking
one.
thing. Dude, that's the full fucking thing, dude. He'll sit there and you'll be just like, just watch this one. And then he'll be just like, I hated it. But then a week later, he'll be just like, just finished it. Let's have a chat.
I've never said I've hated a show you've
You
recommended
did.
to me.
You hated the one with the female the main character, right? And she's like
Which
going
one?
through high school and she's got a
Scott
boyfriend.
just doesn't like female names.
I've said this many
That
times.
sounded very misogynistic.
No, I just don't. I don't
he
like
needs to
female
self-project.
leads because of self-projection. I've said this plenty of times. But what show are you on about, Blair?
You know the one where they have like a little they have like a little it's like 6 girls. They're talking about sex all the time.
No.
Oh,
Like,
that
We talked about this the other day. How I said I fucking loved it.
What's it called? Maiden something.
Yeah, the one where she's holding up a flag on the front cover.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Blair, we had a conversation like 2 days ago
Scott
about how I adored that show.
Wait, did we actually? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong show then. This is. I feel like I'm fighting with myself half the time. It's just like in my brain, I'm just like, that was not true, and then in my brain, I'm just like, oh, Scott,
yeah, because like they, if no one's seen it, I'm sorry, but they end it by painting the whole school, don't they?
Do they paint the whole school?
Yeah,
essentially, yeah.
Not like every single bit of it, but like they just go
but...
crazy with paint all over the fucking school.
Oh yeah, and now I remember. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, I finished it. It was great,
dude. I'm okay. No, there was definitely another show that we were
coming of age
about.
story.
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, it's
It's
weird.
really
it's weird
fucking
to
funny.
See, how all these like coming of age stories are like kind of are coming out sooner or later. This season has like quite a few of them. Like you kind of have like My Life as a Villainess or Route to Lead to Doom, which I'm adoring at the moment.
I need to give that a start. I've watched the trailer for it and it looked really funny.
It's superb.
She's sort of in a game. It's not. I don't know if I'd count it as an isekai because it's sort of.
It's like it's more of a comedy than an isekai, but like it does have like it could technically be called an isekai because it is another world story, but
similar sort of premise, yeah.
But is it someone from like the real world being transported into a game, or is it just
I don't know if it's necessarily a game. It's more she gets transported into a world that's very closely following a game that she had played.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I guess it is an isekai if she's transported into it, but it's not your classic ReZero.
When you say isekai, you
Sword
think
Art Online.
Action.
Yeah,
like there was no bus that ran her over. At least I don't think there was a bus.
No truck-kun.
No truck-kun that like turned her into a zombie and then she had to join an idol group and stuff like that. Great show.
Yeah. Oh, like you've just reminded me. It's still on the anime topic, but it's completely off. Like, you know how. I don't even know if I should talk about this on the podcast.
You know what? Okay, do it. Let's see. Let's see where this goes.
So, world leaders, right?
Oh my god.
We'll be taking a short commercial break.
Speaking of anime, have you seen how many people have been making fucking anime memes about the potential next leader of North Korea?
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on?
People drawing all the parallels to "There's no way my little sister can be this cute."
Oh, yeah.
The cover art.
And it's fucking brilliant, but also terrifying.
Dude, it's generally so horrifying how you can change like the leader into a cute girl, and then the internet just
everybody's all for it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like especially
she's probably.
Like...
Despite the terrifying consequences,
considering their family, she's not going to be any different. Like
nobody even knows. Yeah, nobody
could be
knows
worse.
Her, right? Like,
I believe, to my knowledge, it would be worse.
Yeah, well, I've seen an image of her doing like sort of a skipping like step down like a step, and someone's put toast in her mouth, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is what I was going to get.
The world is insane.
She's terrifying. It would be a very poor political choice, but she's kind of cute though.
She's kind of cute though.
So I'm in.
Like. I'd simp.
I'm already simping. Let's
give
go.
Her a tier 3 dono, like a bit of a sub action,
I'm learning Korean right now.
My queen.
You dropped your crown.
Oh, how can my dictator be this cute?
Dude, I'd watch it.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised it isn't. Right,
you're just
actually,
like fucking
quote me on this one. If next year there isn't visual novels or games about like how can my dictator be this cute, then like come back to this one and I will tell you I was right. But until
what
then,
are you talking about? You're going to be voice acting in it.
Oh!
After you've learned Korean.
After I've wrote and directed the thing.
I'll make some phone calls.
After you've wrote.
I do have connections to Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, if you watch our Armour free banner video.
Yes, Connor has worked very closely with Third man. Intimately, if you will.
I think we tread that line pretty close.
Yeah. It's crumbling at my feet, but we're still there.
Listen, as long as we don't trip, we're fine, dude.
So
But anyway,
across the
back
border.
back to the other side of the demilitarized zone.
Yeah. Let's step back into South Korea right now.
So anyway. All right, okay. That's the most political we've ever gotten on the show, and it's literally about a
was
dictator
even
being
political?
cute. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
It was the dictator being a fucking anime girl.
dude. But okay, anyway.
It's fucked, but it's funny. Go on.
Right,
We
back
want
to
to talk about politics again, unless they're cute.
Unless they got that cake.
are any
Unless Trump
boys-
got that cake.
Got that cake, dude.
Dude.
Dude, I'd simp over Trump if he had a bit of toast in his mouth as he was jogging away. Okay, but
As he's late for president school. Alright, go on.
What's our
back to
usual?
anime.
I was gonna say, what's our usual run time? Because we've got.
we can do this one a bit longer since you know we have the one and only Joseph.
Special.
Yeah, it's a special one, dude. So Joseph, are you watching Glipnir?
I am watching Gluttony.
It's
yes.
very good, isn't it?
It's surprisingly so.
I was very surprised about it. Like, it's the whole because when you sit there and look at like crazy like girl protagonist shows, I'm always just like, are we gonna go down the Mirai Nikki formula? Yeah, or Death Game kind of situation. But with this one, I really like how they're aliens.
I was expecting a pile of fan servicey trash. It is on a lot of respect, but the action's really good.
Well, that's the thing though as well. Like, because the fan service is there, but it's there kind of for a tiny reason. At the same time, you know what I mean? Where she gets inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's very warm
I love
in
your
there.
choice of words.
What does she do? She gets inside the man.
She does.
She does indeed. She gets inside the man, and then
It's all hot and sticky, and
it's hot, sticky, and she controls him from the inside. And then she fights over boys and girls with his body. This is
I think we can leave Glepnia there.
Yeah,
What's next?
anyway. Yeah, so Glipnir, right? Get inside your friends. That's a good one that you should do. Okay, are you watching the one with the crow?
Yeah. Sing yesterday.
Yeah, Sing Yesterday for me. Yeah, that.
How
do you feel about that show?
I've been loving it.
It's really good, but it's like one of those shows that like physically makes me uncomfortable. Do you get what I mean?
It strikes very close to home.
Yeah.
I like that sort of backseat approach to drama, though. It's not in your face. You're just watching things as they happen.
Yeah,
opposed to them deliberately pointing out, like, this is a plot point, this is a plot point. React here. You just sort of go along with it, and it hurts.
It's all very like natural in its own way, and that's probably why it hurts like so much, because all the characters are kind of likable, but then they're kind of not. It's weird to say because there's one specific character who can do no wrong, and that is Crow Girl. She can do whatever she wants. Like that's fine. She can do whatever she wants. But the rest, I always sit there and be just like, they're kind of unlikable in their own
right.
Yeah, but like you get it, you know? You understand why they feel the way that they do, and they're treating it very adult, but at the same time you're just like, get over it. But at the same time, but I completely understand. You know?
So it's a very down to earth drama, which it's my cup of tea. I like that sort of show.
It's definitely very, very good. If anybody hasn't watched Sing Yesterday for me, Sing Yesterday is a show for you, by the way, Scott, as well. It's lucky enough.
I think I've got it on the list.
Yeah, it's lucky enough. It's college students, so actually people who've left college, kinda now. But yeah, they left college and stuff like that. So it also kind of brings that like it brings back
why
that
it stings so much more. But on it, beautifully directed thing. I've really been enjoying it.
You've been enjoying the music?
Oh yeah.
The music has been like, really stand out. Like
I was surprised to find out I followed the artist on Instagram who did the original, helped with the character design for Haru, Joe Crow Girl.
Yeah.
I forget his name. It's
you showed me
the
this
Russian
once.
artist, yeah.
Oh my god. Actually, dude, I'm so glad that this season was like so close to being a really bad season of shows simply because everything was getting cancelled.
Yeah.
But I think it's like one of the real standout
No, there are
seasons
some
this
really
year,
good
you know?
shows in here, yeah.
It's like
Have you watched any of Kakushigoto?
oh, which one's that one? Which was Kagishigoto? Is that the one where like he's like with the child? He's like a single dad.
It's about a single father who is like a lewd manga artist and is doing everything he can to hide his profession from his daughter, and it's one of the sweetest things you'll ever watch.
It's
But
on,
it sort
it's
of
on the
does this-
list.
It does this back and forth between her later on in her life, where her father's absent for whatever reason, we don't really know why yet, and then back to her childhood when she was with her dad. And I can't tell whether it's going to make me laugh my arse off or make me curl up into a ball and cry. It's sort of striking a fine line at the moment.
Dude,
but
this season is
wholeheartedly
like
recommend it.
really
It's
like
really
that
nice.
so far. You know,
Yeah.
there's not really fully comedy shows at all. Like there's just a lot of action and a lot of drama in its own
Yeah,
sense.
they all lull you in with comedy, then swipe to the left and punch you in the kidney when you least expect it,
And then when you're down on the floor, just like laugh at you as you cry.
and help you up and fucking sweep you back down again.
Oh, dude.
Just when you think you're getting back up.
Okay, actually, speaking of Scott, have you been watching any shows this season?
I'm an episode behind on Love Is War,
Love
am
is
also an
War is
episode
so
behind.
good. I'm only on
and
episode
that's
2
it
of
from
Love
the
is War.
season.
Really, dude, you gotta catch up, dude. You're
Well, I've had shows to watch from other seasons that I needed to catch up on. Like I watched the entire season of Haikyuu.
I still have about 6 shows from last season that I need to catch up on.
That's what I mean. And I watched Beastars.
Beastars. What did you think of? I think we've already talked about Beastars, but like in terms
think we
of
did.
yeah, in terms of
I really
like
enjoyed it.
yeah, it was a good
It was
show.
fucking great.
It's a good
It
show,
is.
It was super weird, but it was
the
meant to be.
list.
And
dude. Literally,
I also watched the Konosuba movie,
oh,
which was
I
fucking
still have-
hilarious.
I've yet to watch it.
it's so
In case you
good.
haven't noticed by my anime
Oh!
list, I've been not in the frame of mind to watch anime for a long, for almost 6 months now. I watch like 2 episodes at a time and then be like, yeah, I'm done. I can't take anything in anymore.
See, I'm so
Which is why I was very surprised when Love Is War came back, how much that hooked me immediately back into
It's
it.
because it's that good of a fucking show.
I was bawling in the first
And
episode.
that fucking board game episode was just fucking genius.
I just felt like I'd been sent back to that season again.
Yeah.
It was that good that it put me right back into that frame of mind of, holy shit, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's got like some of the best casted voice actors, like Japanese voice actors, I think I've seen in a very, very long time. Like specifically the main two, the dude and the girl. Those two have such unique voices, but then their ranges and registers are like so like they could be up here and then low down there, and their like acting ability is like superb in its own way, right?
Really helps with the character they sort of have, where they put on a face for their external.
Like they can go from like super serious, being like, haha, she fell right into my trap, into, oh shit, she touched me. Like,
It's just
like
oh yeah.
without it seeming out of character, as well as like without it sounding like a completely different voice. You know what I mean? You can still tell
can
it's
have
them,
this
and
constant flip between internal monologue and dialogue that is just seamless because of how great the voice acting is.
then you've just got Chica, who is the most adorable anime character that's
An
ever been
angel.
invented.
Chica can do nothing wrong. Like, to be honest, if Chica
No.
kicked a puppy, I don't think I'd like. Well,
The puppy did something wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
sure.
a puppy
Yeah,
that fucked up. Not
I hate saying that, but I just don't think she can
But
do
it's
anything
just
wrong.
true.
and then you've got Ishigami, Shigami, the fucking
the nerd.
king.
The
Best damn character.
The terrified of Kaguya, dude. He's such a good fucking character.
dude.
It's that episode with the fucking board game or the card game where he's like,
I felt
he's
that
like,
in
wow,
my
I'm actually
soul.
impressed. I am impressed with how good this game's put together. And then on his first roll, he fucking gets killed off and he's like, don't listen to her. This game's garbage.
Dude, I still remember the best scene from him where like they're like him and the main dude are like giving people relationship advice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're just like
Yeah.
he's just like die, 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 die.
It's so good.
Oh,
Because, like, the fucking president's holding him back, like, dude, you gotta stop. And then it swaps places, and he's just like, how far have they gone? Oh, it's great.
The back and forth between those two is some of the most enjoyable of that series.
It really feels like everybody is actual friends in the show as well, which is like
Yeah.
you can clearly hear from the I believe that with the way that they were doing things, they recorded a lot of it together as well. Because a lot of voice acting you do by yourself in a room and someone directs you. But I feel
Yeah.
like with a lot of the reactions that they did, that they were in the same room together. I can almost see them like
I wouldn't be
exploding,
surprised.
you know?
Because the conversation is pretty natural. So I feel like it'd have to be.
And that's always like
But
the
you
real
never
hard,
know.
like the hardest acting to do, right? Because you're trying to keep a straight face in front of everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
It's got that extra bit of pressure, you know? You can Dragon Ball Z in the booth by yourself, but when someone's just
Yeah.
there looking at you, waiting for them to say your line, you're just like, ah! Oh,
Isn't
man.
most of, like, Western cartoons all done in the same room?
Usually the read-throughs are, but not the recording.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so usually they'll do a
I've
little
seen a few
read-through
shows.
before.
Like, I've seen how South Park do it. They do it in the same room. But there's a few that I believe do, but most of the time it's...
I think a lot of Japanese animation studios tend to do more than one person in a
yeah.
room, from what I've seen.
I think unless it's shouty ones.
Yeah,
Unless it's Deku fucking Detroit smashing some ass.
yeah.
You know, like...
Great OVA.
You guys, who would
Hold
you
on,
say
good.
is,
The right studio.
who would you guys say is your favorite male voice actor in like the Japanese?
Oh, fuck. You know when you say you ask a question, then the name leaves your head.
Yeah.
I don't know names.
Yuichi Nakamura, my boy.
What? Who did he voice?
Many.
Okay, first thing that comes
Many.
to your mind. First thing that comes to your mind.
Definitely Araki from Hyoka.
Oh yeah.
My picture on near everything.
Dude, he does the moody boy so well in terms of like
Yeah.
nearly every single character. Dude, mine's Kazuma. Kazuma's voice actor is probably the most energetic. Kind of got the I'm evil voice. I'm a bad guy kind of
Yeah.
voice, but you can't help but
Is this
love
where
him.
you get your evil anime laugh from, Blair? There it is.
Dude, I don't know, man, dude. I'm watching a show that he's in from this season. It's called like Princess Reconnect or something. And he just plays a dude that steals a sword, and he just makes me smile, but he's a really bad person. What about you, Scott?
I don't know, like, any exact... Like, probably the guy who voices Bakugo.
I was just about to mention, yeah. You're a big fan
Like,
of that
but
boy.
it's also because, like, one of my favorite characters from... he voices one of my favorite characters from Bakuman as well, which is Nizuma.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the artist who writes The Crow.
Like, I think a lot of
dude.
reasoning for liking a voice actor is because they tend to get assigned to a particular role of character,
Yeah, which
fits to your taste, yeah.
which like, because, and he also voices Nishinoya in Haikyuu, and
Yeah.
he's probably my favorite character in that too, because he's a right lad with his fucking rolling thunder. But it's like, it's because, you know, I like an angry boy. I like me an angry boy, and he does the angry boy well. Because, like, but he also does the fucking creepy boy well, like fucking my boy Nizuma from back in mind. So probably like I don't watch enough and don't know. I don't look into voice actors enough unless I've heard them before. That's when I dive in. You know what I mean?
Usually I just like I can hear the voice between multiple different shows, and I'm just like, this is the guy.
I usually hear it as another character I know, as opposed to going, oh, that's the voice actor.
Yeah.
It's because you put a face to the voice, which is probably you don't put a name to the voice because it doesn't specifically in anime anyway. It doesn't go like Bakugo voiced by and then show like Nobuhiko Okamoto. Like it doesn't. And he stood there like, hey.
Didn't they do that?
Finger guns.
Yeah. How did you know what I did with my hand, Joe? Fuck you.
I just know. It's been long enough.
Yeah, it's true. But you know,
boys.
he also voiced fucking Rin Nakamura from Blue Exorcist, which I didn't know. I never put two and two together.
It's
But
weird.
now that I see it, it makes complete sense.
I feel like you can put the female voice actors a lot more in the set. In like you can hear them a lot more in the categories because we watch a lot more of slice of life shows. So usually the big beefy boys or anything like that aren't in the slice of life shows. You know, like who's that one actor? That Joe, you like her? She's from Nisekoi. She's the brown-head Onodera. You know how she's got that one voice, you know?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I think I can already tell which voice actor it is. Yeah, it is Kana.
Kanazawa.
Yeah.
Kanazawa. Or
Wait, whenever you hear her, it's like, I know this voice.
You're just like,
Wait.
oh, that's charming. There's also one more voice actor as well, which I hear all the time. Literally Aqua's voice actor. I hear her all the time now. She's doing like a really good job.
Yeah.
In terms of finding characters and stuff like that for herself. Ooh. But boys, I think we should call it a bit of an end here now, shouldn't we?
I think we should wrap this one up.
Oh, never mind.
Joe, what?
I did want to bring up BNA briefly.
Yeah, go on.
A big fan of Studio
No
Trigger.
spoilers though, because I haven't started yet.
No,
but-
absolutely not. But general thoughts.
I love every second of it. I cried
is.
during the baseball episode.
It is wonderful.
I cried during the baseball episode, dude. That fucking ruined me. I've never been so like emotionally attached to a baseball
know if
team
I've
in
seen
my
the
entire life.
baseball
No. All right, you'll see which one it is, but I really like the show. Dude, fucking
is
Japan
lovely.
is going through their Sonic fan fiction like Sonic fan fiction
Have you already
phase.
watched through the whole
good.
thing?
Huh?
How much BNA have you watched?
I've watched every episode that's out right now. So there's only like 5 that have been released.
I've seen 4, I believe.
4. So episode 4 is baseball episode, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
My brain drawing a blank.
But anyway, dude, that was my favorite episode anyway.
My only worry is that at some point the director for the show is going to go out for a fag break during the last 2 episodes. And then the art team's going to take over and it's going to do a classic Studio Trigger and go off the fucking rails. That's my main concern whenever I'm really enjoying a Trigger show is that it's all going to
Gurren Lagann by the end, you know
it's
what
all
I mean?
going to Gurren Lagann at the end, yeah.
Because they have
It made
like,
sense for Gurren Lagann. It's all going to Darling in the Franks.
I like how like Trigger has like their own like sort of
That is the staple.
language.
Yeah.
Now. You can be like, is it gonna go in Lagan or is it gonna Darling in the Franks?
Yeah. Which are respectively the same thing.
in its
But
own
the
way.
place in
yeah.
which it was set, it didn't make sense.
It's so weird. They were so close to making Darling in the Franks like amazing. I won't say anything because Scott hasn't seen it, and it's still a great show. Like it's still an amazing.
I'm sure
show.
I've ranted to Scott about that.
Like it's
You have.
It's
Yeah.
just you know.
I believe we've spoken to it with Scott around.
Have we?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. It's a while ago.
We were just talking about how it just didn't make sense for the world that it had
Yeah.
written up until that point.
Well, because you said the show set a bunch of rules,
It
and then in the
grounded
last like
itself-
2 episodes, it broke the rules that it set.
Yeah.
Like literally every single rule that they had, they were just like, fuck, we got 2 episodes, boys. And then like fucking Captain Trigger kicked down the fucking door and he's just like, leave it to me!
With his big pointy
We're
sunglasses.
going to space.
Space! That is where we're going! And, we're gonna leave it semi-open-ended, we think. No!
Yeah.
Maybe not. Yes! No!
Turn the spaceship into an anime lady.
We need stars! Lots and lots of stars! I wanna semi-kill half of the cast, and then I wanna don't do that near the end.
If BNA did a classic Trigger, I feel like it'd still sort of sell. I feel like it could work with the sort of world it's set in.
Yeah, no, it does because you kind of feel like she does have the powers and stuff like that, which she does, and I do think the world would set. It just needs to be a Trigger light. It can't go full Trigger, but if it's Trigger light,
Trigger light.
yeah, you know, like just don't turn the main character into a spaceship.
Yeah,
like, you know? and then it'll be a great show, you know.
But BNA so far has been absolutely charming.
It's superb.
And the opening and the ending are
You
so
know
good.
It. You know it. Dude, but Scott, you don't watch the opening or endings, do you? You just skip those.
No, depends on the show.
Okay.
Depends how good the song is.
If it slaps, I'm watching it every time.
I didn't skip
Force,
Fire
baby.
Force's opening once.
No.
I didn't. Both seasons didn't skip it once because those openings of Fire Force just fucking hit so hard.
That was me watching Brotherhood originally. It's the only
Yeah.
show where I didn't skip a single one, and that's like 60 odd episodes. But every ending and opening, I was like, these all are so good.
I also didn't skip the opening for Love is War because that fucking intro song was just fucking like, love is war, love is war, love
new
is
one
war. And
is
just having a fucking good
On
time, you know.
par.
The new one,
with
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's the same fucking vibe. It's great,
What did you guys think of like the Death Note opening? You know, like,
dude.
like,
I fucking adore those openings. Free paw. Handy human.
dude, I watch
It's
that
so
one
good.
every single time just for
Dude,
the
so
like
did I.
I don't even know if I like
Lots
the song
of
or
frozen pies, home security.
not. Frozen pies, oh, security.
Lots of frozen pies.
Anyhow, I'm taking the executive decision
Yep.
as manager.
Yep.
We should wrap up.
Yeah, we should definitely wrap
Alright.
up.
Oh, we'll
All right.
keep going.
Linus Tech Tips, take us out.
Keyboard Cat, play us out. Joe, do you want to do the outro, dude? Since you're the guest. Joe,
Joe.
tell people where they can find you.
Oh, you needn't worry where you'll find me. These two boys, however, I believe have some excellent content in the Pipeworks, and you should,
Aye.
if you've not subscribed already, look for these two boys. These good old boys.
Where can they give us money?
Excellent old boys.
where
They
can
can
they give us
find
money?
you. Where can they give you money?
Dude, subscribe to our Patreon, and then we can finally
There we
pay Joe.
For being a manager.
Yes. Please. I'm on my
maybe-
last caddy
maybe
of
that'll
tea bags.
To say like, if we give him money, that'll give him incentive to work.
Listen, we can keep the Treasure Planet drop boxes, but we're sending them by mail, okay? I'm not walking to the park every day.
We're doing it through fucking Royal Mail. We're not leaving it to chance.
Not leaving it up to Barry in the park.
We need a signature on delivery.
Guys, the little padlock does not keep it closed. He's getting in. The notes slip out the gap in the side.
It's got a little chisel.
Yeah.
With your guys' money, we can trade science mice to take the money to Joe.
I'll just wrap it around with a Lassie band.
Literally all
they'll
10
find a
mice
way.
called Ratatouille.
Remy.
Every single one of them. They're all called Remy. They're a collective. But
Anyway,
with that, goodbye everybody. Thank
all
you guys
of our
so much for watching.
socials are in the
Yeah.
description. We've got a Patreon. We've got a Discord. Come in, chat with us. Thank you, Joe, for finally,
Coming on the
It's
podcast.
been a
my
pleasure.
boy.
Yeah, now we
See, it
can...
wasn't so hard, was it, Joe? Come on.
No, this was horrendous. I'm not coming back.
I'm gonna be asleep for 3 days straight now.
All right.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Bye,
Maybe-
everybody.
Maybe Joe can do the random bit where we talk while he does the kiss. Joe, you gonna say a word?
You know what? I think Boris Johnson.